All right, everybody, welcome back to Make Your Mark Sports Channel / Sports Podcast. We're back at it again. And I just wanted to cover some of the off-season trades that have taken place thus far. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Of course, we're all waiting to see what's going to happen with the big names like KD and Kyrie. But while we're waiting, we can talk about some of the other notable names that have been traded, like a Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert going to the Minnesota Timberwolves. What does that mean for them? Well, we already know what the combination of a Karl-Anthony Towns and an Anthony Edwards brings to the table offensively. But it never hurts to add a dominant defensive presence onto your team. It never hurts to just add a little bit of defense to your team in general. You know, if you can add a defensive threat on your team, that gives your team a better chance to move further along in the playoffs and possibly contend for a championship. But when you have a dominant defensive paint presence like a Rudy Gobert, off top, you have an overwhelming size advantage. That means much more contested shots when players attempt to drive to the rim. And not only that, of course, on the offensive side, you have a combination of Rudy Gobert and Karl-Anthony Towns. So that means you have a better chance of keeping possessions alive on the offensive end, more offensive rebounds. And when you can grab a hold of more offensive rebounds, of course, not only can you get easy putbacks, but what is really demoralizing and also one of the hardest shots to guard in the league is when you're able to grab an offensive rebound and keep the possession alive and you hurry up and kick it out to a wide open shooter, man. I'm telling you right now, that is so demoralizing to the defensive team that's trying to end the possession. When you're able to keep that possession alive and kick it out to a wide open shooter, that's like a dagger right there, man. So better defense, more rebounding, keeping more possessions alive. Things like that can give your team a better chance to take over games and win. So with that being said, now would I say that they are a team that should be viewed as a contender to win a championship this next year? No, I'm not going to say that. They would have to prove that to me. But I can see them potentially getting out the first round for the first time and possibly being a tough out for a team in the second round. I could see them maybe getting into a position where they're very competitive against a second-round opponent, against a team that is viewed more as a championship contender. That's how I see the Minnesota Timberwolves potentially. Now, of course, we got to see how all the other trades play out in the league. But just for now, I'm just speaking on what I can see them possibly doing. So I like what they're doing, and definitely looking forward to seeing how it plays out. Now, the other trade that I saw was the Boston Celtics being able to acquire Malcolm Brogdon from the Pacers. Now, of course, as you guys know, Malcolm Brogdon did have an injury to his Achilles. So, of course, we don't know how he's going to look when he comes back. He did miss about 50 games last year. So we had to see how he's looking. But if he's looking up to par, I'm going to say this. That would be a great pickup for the Boston Celtics if he's looking how he looked before he got injured, or just close to that. Even if he's not quite the same, but he's close to that. So because now when you have a Malcolm Brogdon on your team coming off the bench, running your second unit because he can play the point guard, you know, it never hurts to have a player off the bench who can provide a spark when some of your star players are sitting down. You can intermix him into the starting lineup if you want to. And if you want to go more of a small ball look, you can have Marcus Smart, Brogdon, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Al Horford on your team. That's 5 guys right there that can actually put the ball on the floor and create a play. Now, of course, Horford, he's not elite in that way, but he can do some things with the ball. But you have at least 4 guys who can actually handle the rock, create some type of shot, or create a play to set up another teammate. And all of them are two-way players. So the Celtics, they're trying to make moves right now so to make sure that they don't fall out of contention, because now that they've tasted being in the finals, they're trying to get back there. And next time they get back there, they're trying to seal the deal. And I like what they're doing, man. I like what the Celtics are doing. And I think with that core group of guys, if they keep improving each year and add some pieces to their team, they can be essential, like a Malcolm Brogdon, if he's looking like how he was looking before he got injured. Hopefully he does. Then, yes, they definitely have a higher probability of potentially winning. So 2 great pickups so far from 2 teams that are looking to ascend even further. One team in the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they're trying to make more noise in the playoffs and potentially be a contender. And the Boston Celtics in the East, who already are a championship contender and are now looking to add pieces to the puzzle to become a champion. So we're going to see what happens. I like what I'm saying thus far. And of course, I'll be coming to you guys with more videos when more trades take place. So stay tuned. Everybody have a blessed evening. All praise be to the Most High. Thank you again.